All right, so in this video, basically what I'm going to do is show how the wave chart works and how you can see clearly the relationship between supply and demand, clear as day. So I'll be taking a look at two trends and basically explaining everything. So before you do any type of analysis or wave analysis, understand this is just supply and demand. The supply and demand has three factors. The first is price, second is volume, third is time. When Wyckoff did his studies, he did it based on price and time, but also like volume and activity. You could just use price and volume, or you could use price and time also as a substitute, but nowadays you have volume available. In those days it was harder to get. So you just use price and volume and that's sufficient. That's the first thing. Second, okay, so the first thing is you want price and volume on your wave charts. Can you do it with just volume? Yes. And I know a lot of folks do. But in my opinion, you need a price factor there, because there's missing details if you don't have price. So what you'll see in a lot of waves is just volume by itself, but I think that's erroneous. You need price and volume, in my opinion, in some form, either dollars, or ticks, or percentages, or something. I think that's really important to have. Anyway, that's the first point. The second point is the trend continues so long as the up waves are bigger in price and volume than the down waves, and they don't shorten. All right. So basically up waves have to have more price and volume than down waves. That's all. When that relationship shifts and the down waves have more price and volume, guess what? The trend changes. It's really that straightforward. Don't complicate it. All right. So now you're going to watch as I go through this whole thing just using a price and volume. But there's also a third piece. Like when using waves, it's incredibly important to use the right wave size retracement. If the wave size retracement is wrong, it creates massive confusion. If it's too small, it creates a lot of confusion. If it's too large, you're not going to get trading opportunities. So I haven't really found a formula for that because it depends on market volatility. So you have to experiment. But I don't think it's rocket science. It's just, you just have to get a feel for the market and its volatility. Anyway, so right here, I'm just going to be comparing the volume and the price to up and down waves, and you'll see how it makes sense. Here, you have more up price and volume than the wave down. As you can see, 61 and 71, $61 on 7,100 million or whatever it is. All right, it's probably more than that, but whatever. So it's actually a lot. All right, but I'll just for sake of this study, just keep it simple. $61 and 71 volume, but obviously it's like 100 million or a billion, I don't remember. So on that wave up, you have 61 and 71. Down, you only have 22 and 19. So price and volume is both confirming. So chances are it's going to go higher. Here, again, we compare the two waves. When comparing the two waves in an uptrend, you want to compare the up wave to the wave after it. Okay, that's what you're really comparing. Up, then down. Up, then down. Sometimes you get confused. Like the more sophisticated you are, you'll start comparing the up volume to the last down volume wave, and then the down to the prior down volume and all that. Just keep it simple for now for the sake of the study. Again, 29 and 23, over here 21 and 7. So obviously this has more price and volume than here. Again, next, 21, 26, over here 18 and 9. more, less. Again, 54, 56. Here you have a change. What's the change? The massive amount of price and volume, where the $54 up is matched by the $54 down. So there's a problem here for sure. This you cannot say is more because it's the same dollar amount. If this was 54 and this was like 30 or even 40 or something like that, and it had less volume, you could make an argument for it being more. But 54 matches 54, so clearly there's something wrong. And taking a look at the down wave, you see the character of the down wave has too much shit, too much selling. So this has biggest volume in 293 bars. This has the biggest volume of 516 bars. Obviously, there's something going on here. All right, so now we're going to flip it and compare the down waves to the up waves. 54 down and 15 up compared to 28 up and only 9 down. So this is more and this is less. Get it? Why $54 and 15, whatever it is, 100 million or more, compared to 28 and 9. So this is more and this is less. Next, $40 and 12 compared to 15 and 6. Again, 41.9 compared to 24.7. Again, 44.12 compared to 19.6. When does this relationship change? Meaning in a downtrend, when the up waves have more price and volume than the down waves, the trend changes. This is that situation where not only do the up waves have more price and volume than the down waves, but the down waves shorten. You see a shortening over here of 29 from 44 to 29 and a lessening of volume. So there's shortening, and more importantly, the up waves increase for $45.17. Now what do? You compare the up wave to the following down wave, not just the prior, the following down wave. And you see that 45.17 has more than 19.4. So you put more and less. Simple as that. Next, 43.19 and 15.4. Obviously, it's more and less. Again, 23.7 to 16.5. More and less. Again, 15.6. Here, this is where it gets a little tricky because 15.6 has more volume but not more price. On the pullback down, it has more price but less volume. So how do you interpret this? First of all, you just keep it as unsure. Why? Because the price-volume relationship both need to be taken into account. When you have a down wave that has more price and less volume, it can mean multiple things. It can mean multiple things. All you know is that it's not confirmed because only the price is increasing and not the volume. In that case, you're supposed to wait until you get the clarity that you need. Here's where you get the clarity that you need. That price is stronger than volume. 50.16 pulled back on only 27.8. More, less. Here you have 19.3. Here you have 17.10. This is the opposite situation where in the prior one, you had more price and less volume. Here you have less price and more volume. This is what you call effort reward, or as Wyckoff termed it, dullness. This is dullness, or some folks call it effort reward, whatever. But in any case, I like to step back out of situations because it's much simpler when it's just clearly more and less. So let's say you just step back, and then you see more, here 60 and 29, and here 39 and 15. More and less. Again, you have 34 and 9 compared to 31 and 12. Here again, it gets tricky. Why? It's that same effort reward type situation where price is less, but volume is more. You can do two things. If you have more, if you think that it's effort reward, it could be dullness, or you could just step back. All right, so let's just step back and delete this more. Just wait for it. And you see that the bulls took charge. So again, you have a situation of more. But I'm not going to put it until I see the pullback here. Then I can say it's more and less and all that. So this is how you are judging supply and demand. Scenario 1 is when the up waves are bigger in price and volume than the down waves. In that case, the up waves are stronger and they're confirmed. The two additional scenarios, let's call them scenario 2 and 3, they are a little bit different in that instead of having clarity about having more price and more volume, you will have more price and less volume, as is the case here, where you have more price and less volume. That you have to take with a grain of salt because it's not that perfect more price and volume. It's just more price and less volume. That's scenario 2 that you have to know how to interpret. Don't freak out, just learn how to interpret it. And scenario 3, when you have less price but more volume. Okay? So scenario 1 is more price and more volume on the up wave than the down wave, and that means that the buying waves are stronger. Scenario 2 is when you have more price and more volume, more price but less volume on the down wave than the up wave, and that you're not sure, but you can learn to interpret it. And scenario 3 is when you have less price and more volume on the down wave, which classically is called either effort reward or dullness. And you have to know how to interpret that. So these are the only three scenarios. The only other fourth one is when price and volume equal each other. And that's usually in ranging markets. You might have a few waves here and there that you shouldn't be, in my opinion, shouldn't be in anyway, because it's very difficult to, it's too much randomness and too much chop. So I guess you call it 4 scenarios, but the first scenario is the easiest and really should have most of the focus and attention on. And that's all. Thank you. Bye.